Welcome back to Surviving and Thriving, where we share with you the things that we have learned as we have transitioned our family from struggling to survive disease to thriving, right smack dab in the midst of it, in the hopes that something that we share with you will help you, enlighten you, and encourage you as you transition your family from struggling to survive disease to thriving, right smack dab in the midst of it. Isn't it irritating that no matter how many times you explain to people what you're going through, no matter how many times you have gone through, and they've even seen you've gone through, and some people even up close, you still feel like you have to explain once again why you can or cannot do, why you are doing what you are doing, why this or why that, to give an explanation for it, because they're constantly asking you questions, they're putting stipulations on you, expecting more of you, as if they are unaware of what you're going through, right? Isn't that so irritating and frustrating? Well, many years of going through and overcoming and conquering and dominating and coming out of health issues, right? I'm going to tell you how I've learned to deal with that, and it's still a work in progress. It's always a work in progress, because sometimes you're better at it than other times you might slip back a little bit, but I'm going to tell you how I deal with that, and I'm going to first tell you why people are like that. It's irritating and frustrating, especially when it's people who are close to you, but it can be anybody, you guys. It could be family members, it could be friends, and it could be acquaintances. It's usually not your caretaker, because your caretaker has a great understanding of where you are, what you're going through. They're at your appointments with you, they understand what you're going through. It's usually not them, but it could be other family members that are close to you, but that are not as close in this walk with you like your caretaker. The reason why that they keep asking you questions, wondering why you're this, questioning you with that little, sarcastic, scrutinizing kind of tone of voice or look, putting stipulations on you, expecting things of you, and you're constantly finding yourself trying to explain over and over again. The reason why that is, you guys, is because in general, every single person that has ever walked this earth, in general, we typically see things through our own perspective. When people tell us stories, when things go on in other people's lives, we judge it according to ourselves, to our experiences, to what we are capable of, what we've experienced, what we have done, what we do, things like that. We don't look at it through the perspective of another person. That's why we get a lot of arguments, right? You get a lot of couples that argue a lot because everybody thinks their opinion is wrong. But a mature person and a wise person will say, you know what? I disagree with your opinion, your thought, but I can see why you feel that way. I can understand your perspective, because they're not looking at what the person that they're having a dispute with is. They're not looking at what they're saying according to their perspective, their own perspective. They're looking at it according to the other person's perspective. They're putting themselves in their shoes, looking at their life and their opinion and their viewpoint through their eyesight. And that takes a mature person. And you guys, we got a lot of grown folks walking around, but everybody isn't mature in every area, in every way, right? And it takes a mature person to look at somebody else and look through life, through their lens, through their viewpoint, through their eyes. And so when people aren't looking at life through your eyesight, right, they're not going to really understand you. They're not going to really see you, and you're going to constantly have to keep explaining things over and over again. And you're like, you don't get it yet after all this time? You still don't understand why? I might have an up day today and I could do something today, but tomorrow I'm not going to do that. My body is not working for me. I got to explain that to you again. The reason why, you guys, is because they can't see life through your viewpoint. They can't understand what you're going through. You have to keep saying it to them again, because they're looking at it through their viewpoint. And usually when people put those expectations on you, it's something that they want from you. It's something that they're expecting from you. Or sometimes you'll just find that there's just some nasty people out there, and they just like to make you feel like you're inadequate, and those people, you need to get them out your life. And sometimes it can be family members too, sorry. But that's in generally why. The other part of that is, you guys, you're going to find out people just don't care. There are some people who are so wrapped up in themselves. It's about what pleased them, what can you do for them, how can you benefit them, and outside of that, they really just don't care. Anybody who really loves you, who really cares about what you're going through, they're going to be considerate of what's going on with you. And whether they can see physically that you're going through something, or you have a health challenge that isn't visible on the outside, because they love you, truly love you, and truly care about you, they're going to be made aware. They're going to know. You're going to tell them something, and you know what? They're going to heed it. You might have to tell them a couple times, but eventually they'll get it, and it won't take forever. But most people, when they really care about you in this walk and you're going through something, they're going to learn a little bit about what you're going through, and they're going to deal with you accordingly. Or they'll ask questions. They'll say, is this okay today? Is it not okay today? Things like that. So you people who love you, you'll be able to find out. Now, the hurtful thing about that, you guys, is you might find out some people that you love don't love you back, or they don't love you the way you love them. Right? They love you with a superficial love. They love you with a far off love, but they don't love you with that up close, uptight, walk with you through fire kind of love. And that may hurt. And it may hurt because sometimes it's going to be people who you expect to love you. Sometimes it may be your parents, your brothers, your sisters, your cousins, your auntie. It may be somebody who's family. You're going to find out that they don't love you quite the way, right, that you love them, or that your expectation of love is. People have different expectations of love. Some people think, they were raised where love is like, hey, what's up? How you doing? And then there's some people who are raised where love is, sorry about that, fire alarm went off. I'm sure everything is okay. I think it's just smoking down there a little bit because they're frying something. But love is, a big hug and constant attention. Everybody have different ideas of what love is. So don't get angry. How I deal with this, right, is that I have learned to categorize people. When I find that you've been up close, you've seen some things, you know some things, I've explained this to you, it's been some years and you still don't get it, I got to put you in your place. I got to categorize you according to who you are. And I might have wanted you up close, I might have thought you were up close, but now I got to be realistic about it and find out you're on the outer circle, you're on the outer rings, and I got to deal with you accordingly. Doesn't mean I hate you, don't mean I don't like you. We still cool people. Hey, what's up? But I got to treat you according to who you are. You are not my inner circle people. And after a while, when I have to start categorizing you, I don't explain nothing to you no more. I don't have time for you no more. And I've gotten to a point where there's people like that, and I have to keep constantly explaining you are no longer allowed up in my house. I don't talk to you on the phone or anything like that. Now, I'm not rude and be like, you can't come to my house no more. It's just, hey, you want to hang out? Can I come out? Nah, I think I got something to do. Because when I find that I have to deal with people like that, you guys, that does something to you. That frustrates you on the inside, makes you feel like you got a need to try to explain and do all this stuff. Look, I don't have to please nobody, okay? I don't have to explain to nobody over and over and over. I'm about my business. I'm going to be me. I'm going to do me. You got a problem with it? You got the problem, not me. And so I have to categorize people. I have to limit their access because those people can get up under my skin. They can get up under your skin. They can make you feel in ways that you don't need to be feeling, and you are focused on a goal. You don't have time for silly distractions. That's a silly distraction. And unfortunately, sometimes it has to be family members as well until they can get a clue. Usually they will get a clue when they go through something in their health, someone that they really truly care about and truly love go through something. Now they got a clue, and now they're going to come running to you, and they're going to want your thoughts and your advice, and they want to be close to you. And I usually love on people like that because I understand, and I'm not mean and vindictive like that. So in all things, remember, do you, be you. Hope something in there was helpful for you, and share your story, share your insight, share your wisdom. Help somebody else make it through a little bit easier, that they don't have to go through some of the things that we've gone through, or they can go through it a lot quicker, much easier than we did. Till next time, bye.